So, Zach,
Yes.
you're young.
Well, yeah, I am indeed young.
Okay.
Yes.
Where were you born, buddy?
I was born in Kentville. Oh, God. But anywho, yeah, I was born in Kentville, raised between Kentville and Greenwood, and then I moved back from Greenwood to here, and grew up with comic books to a degree, and a lot of Marvel shit. You know, just a lot of Marvel stuff.
So bad choices from an early age, Gavin.
Who was your number one guy growing up?
Number one guy, like hero in
Yeah,
general? Oh,
yeah.
definitely the Hulk.
Okay.
Hulk, 100%. Green with envy. Yeah. And then after I moved back here, I just kept doing shit here and there and got a job at my call center, and then
That call center.
Now I'm here.
So the Hulk was your guy, eh?
Hulk is my guy.
Okay, why's that, buddy?
Well, he's got a lot of repressed rage. I got a lot of repressed rage.
I can't see you hulking out though.
No.
He's hulked out before. If he's late at work, I've seen him hulk out.
Lifted up that single sheet of paper, went, almost had the rage to tear it.
No, one day he'll just take his knee.
Some people like to kind of slam the mouse up and down on the ground, but he can't get the mouse off the desk.
It's like Thor's hammer, about everything is Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
It's just like
everything is Mjolnir. Is that pronounced right?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, something like
Mjolnir?
that.
I want to get pretentious.
You just guarantee there's going to be at least 500 comments on YouTube saying you pronounced that wrong.
What, meow
And this is how
meow?
you correctly do it.
What's meow meow?
Yeah, man.
Meow meow.
That's how Nyan Cat pronounces Mjolnir. Remember Nyan Cat?
Yeah.
That flying Pop-Tart
I
cat?
think there's card sleeves back there somewhere for a Nyan Cat.
There's no way.
There was the Nyan Cat Valentine.
Zach, you got to
Nyan
bring
Cat
one over
Ninja.
so I can look at that.
I don't know if they're still there or not, but
Oh.
I'll find.
One in the drawer. But
Okay.
Okay. So the Hulk, what about video games?
Video games? No.
Early age?
Oh, yeah, early age. I was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know,
That was early age.
Early age?
So old right
What?
now. Oh my god.
19 years old. I'm literally a fucking fetus, okay? But
Oh, 2000. When was that?
Oh yes, but regardless.
yeah, that was my childhood. Just when it comes to gaming and stuff.
So you said the Hulk. Why did they have to make 48 Hulk movies before they got it right?
They treated the Hulk like garbage. In
Who
the
said they got it
Films,
right?
to be honest. Oh my gosh.
So what would you do different, though, if you could go back and make that first Hulk movie over again? Everything?
I'm not that. Yeah, I guess it would be.
I'm not that ambitious?
I'm not that big of a Hulk fan in the first
Oh,
place.
okay.
so.
It's more like they just wanted to do the Hulk smash part more than anything else. They just wanted to do.
I think that's why he was
Editing.
successful in the Avengers, is because he doesn't really spend any time being a meaningful character. He's just, I call the Avengers, I'm not really particularly a fan of the movie. It definitely fits the Disney theme, the Disney model, which is like you've got your damsel in distress type character. You've got like your kind of chivalrous dude, that's your Captain America.
Yeah.
Then you get the cocky guy, that's Iron Man. Then you get your comic relief sidekick, who just happens to be the biggest, greenest guy in the bunch. But almost everything the Hulk does in the movie is add that kind of element of comic relief, right? So
Well, because it's so simple. I think because he just breaks stuff, right? And
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that people like about his character, I think. But if you read some of the older comics and stuff, they try and make, Bruce Banner a really deep character, and like he struggles with the Hulk and everything. And in the movies, they're just like, oh, we won't let Mark Ruffalo get mad because he turns into the Hulk. And
Yeah.
Then he'll just disappear for episodes because we can't write anything for him.
Have you seen those blogs online that say it's like the Hulk's character is like shaming to people with bipolar disorder?
I mean, you can say that about everything, right?
Yes,
So-
I
They'll find
agree.
a way.
And I'm just like, I don't think that's what they had in mind when they wrote this.
No, it's just someone coming from that angle that's going to see it that way. When
Yeah.
it's
Do you think he
playing.
could beat the Green Bean guy?
The Green Giant, yeah.
You think he could take him?
gonna say like he's literally like the green bean giant. Like that's all he
Yeah.
is in the movies. Just
I think we should make a superhero movie about just those characters. Like I sent Greg that picture of Aunt Jemima and the oatmeal guy the other day in bed together making
You mean the Quaker Oat guy?
the Quaker Oat guy. And I was like, can we make a superhero movie about like Mr. Clean, like pouring bleach into somebody's eyes to incapacitate them?
So this would be like a behind the scenes after they're done filming their respective commercials. They're all sitting in a back room raging at how the industry takes advantage of them or something. So they vent their frustration by becoming superheroes.
The worst superheroes ever. Like they can't do anything really productive.
So Clark Kent has his glasses and he takes off, becomes Superman. How the hell does Mr. Clean not get recognized as a superhero?
I don't
Does he
know.
wear like a swimming cap or something? And
less wax on his head.
He moon-
he wears a
moon-
wig.
He puts a goatee on and he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what we...
There you go.
That's what Thanos is.
Okay, sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to take away from your boring-ass life, but... So Hulk, right?
Hulk, yeah.
We were talking about the movie.
If you were just kind of randomly talking about everything Hulk movie.
Yeah.
And you, it seems like it started at an early age, I feel like.
I don't really remember. For the comics and stuff, I never really hardcore into the comics. I just read something if I like it. I'm more of a covers person. I see it as like a
Yes.
as kind of like a modern art collecting kind of thing. You can, for $4 or $5, you can just find a cover that you like and collect it, as opposed to having to read the whole thing. So, you know, sometimes I have in a lot of comics I've not even gotten more than a couple pages in, but more for the video game stuff, I guess. I would have started when younger, but not really sure, because my parents weren't like, my brother and I would have to make the money to buy the games, or we could get them at Christmas from one of our grandparents.
Okay.
But my parents were like no buying video games kind of family. So
Why's that?
I'm not sure. I guess, you know, just maybe from what they grew up in, and it was, you know,
Okay.
it's, you know, it's very traditionally seen as a waste of time, right? You know, it's only in the last probably 15, 20 years that it's become like an
industry.
I mean, not even acceptable now. I mean, you literally had a discussion with a guy that was in here the other day, and he was in clearly with his grandson, and his grandson wanted, I don't remember what game.
Yeah.
And he's trying to persuade him not to do it and saying, no, he's never going to amount to anything. I'm like, well, you could be like PewDiePie and make like $500,000 a month playing video games. And this guy was like, how do you make $500,000 playing video games? I'm like, well, it turns out you just stream it online and people watch it. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. How does he make money doing that? I'm like, because of ads and sponsorships. And he just couldn't understand. He's like, no, you're lying. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Well, you should have dialed it up and been like, you're doing it right now.
I'm pretty sure if I had like dialed it up on a monitor, he would have been like, what kind of witchcraft is this, displaying moving images on a tablet?
Witchcraft?
Yeah.
Did he come in like a cloak or something?
Pretty close.
Oh my God.
Doctor mask.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we have to talk about Alex now, because
Oh, boo-hoo.
Alex, you're local too, eh?
Oh yeah, I was born in Kentville.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Ontario for 8 years and then came back when I was a teenager.
Okay. How did you get into all things nerdy?
My parents.
Your parents, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
my dad got hit by a car when my mom was pregnant with me.
That's super nerdy.
I got into nerdy stuff because someone got hit by a car. What?
Actually, yes.
Whoa.
He was laid up in bed for a couple months and couldn't do anything at all. So to keep him occupied, Mom bought him a Sega Genesis.
Okay.
So I grew up with that being in the house. Played Mortal Kombat, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, stuff like that. And then Mom was the one who taught me all about like Batman and Spider-Man, like all the DC and Marvel stuff. It was a lot different back then. I mean, I had those 3 games for the Sega Genesis until I was 12 and finally convinced my parents to get me an N64.
There's more quantity now than there is quality, I find, for video games.
Yeah.
But going back to the, like, a waste of time, or they're I guess they're not, like, meaningful. My brother is a huge gamer, and he builds camaraderie with the people he plays with online. Like, he builds that, like, he's made a lot of good relationships that way. And for him, I think at the end of the day, that's his way of, bonding.
Yeah, one of my boyfriend's very best friends is a guy he met online like 3 years ago playing video games together, and they still talk like every day on Facebook.
Yeah, for sure. So do we have to talk about me now?
Yes. It's your turn.
Well, for the nerdy stuff, I guess.
Well, officially, this is Dan, in case we didn't say his name straight.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
You're welcome.
I'm just that famous. Everybody will know me. So.
Yeah. Well, didn't someone say this is Matt?
No.
Okay, well, this is Matt.
Well, my father, growing up, was always into sci-fi. Always into sci-fi, like Battlestar Galactica, 2001, Alien, all those movies he got me to watch. Along with a lot of progressive rock music.
Yeah.
That really helped things along, like Rush and
Yep.
Genesis and Boston. I don't.
See, this is all my dad.
Exactly. I think that was any man growing up in the 70s with a mustache did this stuff.
And porn.
And porn. They did porn too, yeah.
Okay.
My dad did porn. Oh my God.
I don't want to think about that.
He put the camera right on me. Like I look and there's a lens right in my face.
It's
I don't
you're so
like
handsome,
this.
Dan, that's why.
Man.
Just deal with it.
Well, at least that's all he stuck in your face. He is the executive producer.
Earlier he made me plug in the cord because he goes, I don't want to put my butt in your face, Dan.
Executive
He goes
child
over to the
producer,
garage.
maybe.
Ron Jeremy.
I'm saying you have a lot of kids, Greg.
I'm just glad that's where that went.
Yeah. I had to clarify. And that, I guess from there, I played a lot. We moved around a lot because my dad was in the military, so it was more don't make friends, play video games.
Yeah.
Well, so my parents were kind of maybe the opposite of yours, that my parents were like, yeah, do this. So played a lot of Final Fantasy growing up. What else? There was so much. F-Zero, I love that game. That game was fantastic. Zelda. And I guess that grew into, like, I really started to watch, my cousins were really into anime, so I started watching a lot of anime. Still a huge Dragon Ball fan.
Yes.
Haven't watched Super at all, probably because I can't find a good stream for it. But yeah, that's basically my developmental growth there. So.
Yeah, we kind of all sound the same.
Yeah, I would say that. Growing up there, like as a military brat, you're just moved around so much, and you're just not. You weren't encouraged to make friends. It's not like that now because they like to keep families together more now. But you just weren't encouraged to make friends. Not that I was good at that anyway. So there was a lot of isolation and a lot of video games, a lot of music.
Around a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever moved around a lot.
I've
No,
been to
really.
like
No?
9 schools, and I've lived in like, I don't know, 13 different houses.
You lived in 9 schools?
Or went to 9 schools.
Oh my God!
I told you we were going to come out weird. And when I was in Ontario, I moved around a lot.
Okay.
And then moving across provinces twice while in school. Because I'd started primary down here before we moved up. I was only in school for about 2 months before we moved.
Okay.
I have the same phone number.
Ev-
Like ever.
Is it just one?
No. But it was, well, I guess it did change from, because it used to be 678 covered New Minas and Kentville,
Yep.
and then they split it and gave 681 to New Minas, but the last 4 digits have been the same since.
Oh.
There was a period of a couple of years where I didn't live in New Minas, but when I bought a house in New Minas, I was like, I wonder if this number's available, and nobody had taken it in 5 years, so I got it back. So I basically have had the same phone number my entire life.
I've had like 4 or 5. 4 or 5. I used to live in the city, so I couldn't have couldn't have a valley area code there, or area code or phone number or whatever it's called. So
City
yeah.
code.
Yeah, I guess. So I miss living in the city, man. There was so much more access to things. Like I like to collect vinyl records,
Yes.
and
Over to Fanfare.
I've never been in there.
Shame on you. You're like, I'm a vinyl collector,
I
but I
didn't
don't go to the store that sells
Actually,
vinyl.
they have some decent vinyl in there. I got some 3 Dog Night.
3 Dog Night?
Yeah.
You said decent vinyl.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the Treasure Little collection.
There's a lot wrong with it. But we're not going to get into that. This isn't the forum to be doing so.
Yeah, we just totally got fucking sued. Thanks, guys.
By who? You haven't even put it online yet and we're sued?
That's why you can hear the helicopter.
If you're right, that's just Zach suing me. That's the only thing that could possibly happen. So, but thanks for letting us do this here.
No problem. Man.
It's such a nice setting.
Sundays are pretty chill too. So.
Yeah, like one person came in to get a green punk girl figure.
Yeah.
And that's all that happened. And Zach may have yelled fuck while she was in here. And that's why she left immediately.
Which Zach? That Zach?
That's Zach,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't think the kid was here. I think he just wanted to surprise her.
She wasn't in here?
No, I don't think
Oh,
she
that's
was.
cute. Yeah.
Oh, was she?
He's just mouthing the words and nodding his head because he said that was the last time he was actually going to interrupt. So.
You know, interrupting doesn't have to be verbal.
No.
So you're interrupting. So, but I guess that's us. I don't know what else you want to know.